James G. And unfortunately, it has to be my first show. I mean, had other things to do and was going to make this into comedy, which I still will, but unfortunately I've been working on this other stuff, and then the passing of Eddie Van Halen. So this show is going to be a tribute to him. We lost a legend, an innovator. Not too many out there like it today. It's just they ain't nobody like that today. But thank you for coming along, and have a seat and listen to me talk about how Eddie touched my life. I got the news from my wife early in the morning on October 6th. Even though I knew he had cancer and, struggling, I'm all too familiar with it. My wife and I, family members and people passing away. But to hear it, it's kind of still, then you really sit back and put life in a perspective, and you think to yourself, there's, no insulting anybody else or who's out there, but in my opinion, clearly this is just my opinion, but there ain't nobody that's out there that's creative no more. I mean, we truly lost a big chunk of music that can't be replaced. I mean, we got the recordings and stuff like that, but kind of hits home when you know that there'll be never a new surprise jam hit, kind of hoping that they could relive their earlier days, because to me that's when they were at their best. That's my opinion. I love the first 3 albums the best, and Sammy Hagar was okay, but to me it's the original Van Halen, and I first came across them after my sister seen them in concert. They opened up for Ted Nugent back in 1978, and my sister was telling me about that, and the next day she literally went and bought their first album. And curiosity, when I came home, because my sister kept talking about them, how they played good, so she gave me the album to listen to. And I do have to admit, and I was stunned and shocked and just excited to hear the beginning of Running with the Devil, and just in awe, mesmerized by Eruption. I sat there, I was a 9-year-old kid wondering, how is this guy doing this? So amazing. I could not stop the whole album. Every song on it just kept coming and just like in your face. So as time went on, every album that they came out with, explosive, especially to me, the first 3, and then you start hearing them on the radio, and I'm from Chicago, so I would hear them on the loop, and back in those days, we had another rock station called WMET, and then, fortunate enough for me, I got to see them. So, but unfortunate for me is I never got to meet them. I've met many people throughout my life, lucky enough to sit and have beer with a Tony Iommi and Cliff Burton and Metallica, hanging with Slayer, but never got to meet him. And then when things like this come along in our world, and then you hear he's passed, it just kind of makes you sit back and gasp a little bit. You know, going through all the music, you know, because even though they're not right in front of you, they become a big part of you. Because I don't know about you, I'm pretty sure a lot of you out there, because I know the world is mourning, but with me, it was like he was there with a lot of stuff that I did throughout my life and my childhood and my teen years, you know, doing all the things that we did, you know, the bad things, and drinking and partying and enjoying those summer days, because that's the first thing that pops in my head when I hear Eddie play. I mean, he was always around on the radio, you know, videos, no matter what, he was there. And then you couldn't help but, as soon as you heard him, you just had to stop and listen to him play. The magical way he played, it just hypnotized you. And just the way he did it. And then, you know, there's a little chip on the shoulder of all these other bands coming out. And you know, deep in the back of your head, it's like, gee, can't you come out with your own thing instead of trying to copy somebody? But I get it, you know, I'm a guitar player myself, you know. And it's like, man, working on that, messing it up, you know, and trying to impress your friends. And he was definitely an innovator. Wanted everybody, he just changed the world on playing everybody. It just upped the game, you know. Sit there and listen to his albums, and then the stuff he came out with, Sammy, you know, I like listening to it. It's okay, but I'm more of a Dave kind of guy. They were more, I don't know, harder, I guess. But I did like the Sammy years. It's okay. Just that style and the stuff that he started doing too, even in the Sammy years. I mean, to create a guitar that fits his need and sound that he wanted, Frankenstein. That's awesome. You just don't got that, you know, you don't get that kind of thing anymore. Most musicians today, in the music today, you know, people can disagree with me, and I really don't care. But unfortunately, to me, it's just crap. There's the bands out today, and this music and the pop music is horrible. The best thing that I like out today is, like, you know, Slipknot and stuff like that. But we definitely lost something very special on October 6th. You know, musicians come and go sometimes, and it just takes that certain ones to come along, and trust me, I've seen so many concerts and so many bands throughout my life. It's unreal. But it just takes those certain people that just, as soon as you hear them touch the guitar and make some type of noise, you know it's him, and you just can't take your eyes off him when he's on the stage or even on TV, you know, and buy the DVDs of him live, you know. I'm glad I got those, but unfortunately, that's the only thing we got left now. The mastermind has been put to rest. But at least we can still sit back and listen and say, that time comes, telling these young people who don't have a clue unless you show them young, who he was. And it's just amazing how he was. You watch him, you have to sit back and be like, wow, and some of the goofy clothes that he wore, because he could pull it off, because he didn't give a rat's ass. It was his plane. And like I've heard, and this is absolute truth, most bands, it's the singer who everybody focuses on, if a guitarist leaves, they can always replace the guitars, or a lot of these bands, except for certain bands. But like Van Halen, now knowing that Eddie's gone, there's just never going to be another Van Halen at all, You ain't got nobody to fill up those shoes, because they can't. You may have people who are good, but they ain't got that skill and his mindset that he had. That's what makes him unique. And it's my take on him. He was a big part of my life, and I know the world is mourning. I am too. My wife, many other people. I've seen already other tribute videos and stuff like that, which is cool. If you feel it, let it out, let the world know. To me, I had to make this video. I was working on another video for WFUK 69, but when this happened, I had to stop, take in what I just heard, look in disbelief, and every moment and every time that I had in my life and memories of those summer days in the 80s, high school years, and it just kind of took me, basically my heart into my stomach, and just in awe, and like, no way, this can't be real. But thank you for listening to me rambling on and telling you my story. You want to tell me yours, leave it in the comments. More than welcome. Peace be with all you. Godspeed, Eddie. Now you can rest in peace and no more pain. And to each and every one of you, hold on, reach for the stars, and keep grasping on to the ones you love. Thank you for listening.